Good afternoon, good morning, good day, good everything to you. We have another edition of the Homie Picks. This is the second week of the playoffs, the divisional series round. You have the AFC two games, the AFC two games. Before we get to that, fellas, how did you enjoy, as it was called, the Super Wild Card Weekend? How did y'all enjoy it?
I thought that was a good weekend. Good football games. Though there was one game I wasn't that impressed, which I think obviously everyone probably was the weakest game was the Saints Bear games, but the other ones were pretty competitive, so they were pretty good. I enjoyed them.
Luke?
Yeah, you really saw the teams showed up to play. It was a little lopsided. I thought some teams that make their voices heard in the playoffs would show up, and I guess we learned real quick, who came to play and who said, who they are is who they are. AKA the Browns came out and said we ain't the Browns from 1975. So good. I like this format. It keeps it brings in the casual fan, especially on a double night. Football all day, Saturday and Sunday. You can't beat that, especially playoff football. And it wasn't predictable. It wasn't the same stale, 2 beats 7 and then 4 beats 5. So I like it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was a good one. Sadly, Lou, I think your pick got knocked out. So
Big time, man. And again, people show up, man. And Aaron Donald and them boys showed up. It raises a lot of question marks for Seattle. Can they roll with the big boys when shit hits the fan? And it really showed they couldn't. Russell Westbrook was under pressure the entire game. I even think at halftime I saw the Rams chasing him into the locker room. So yeah, it was really, really bad for them. So shout out to the Rams though. They came out to play. Baseball, they usually say defenses win championships. Let's see how far the Rams can go with this defense.
Yeah, it was an entertaining weekend. I will actually say, even though the Bears game in itself wasn't entertaining, I actually watched that game on Nickelodeon, and that shit was actually dope.
Yeah, the effects were cool. Yeah,
That shit was dope. Like, I ain't gonna front. Like, it brought me to being like a kid at heart again, seeing the slime and so like it was pretty dope. Like they had Disney, so they had Nickelodeon personalities that are today currently, and so I didn't know who they were, but I guess for the kids who were watching, it was good to see them. But it was a nice mix of old versus old and new, like spliced together. So I think that was pretty dope. I'm very happy to see that my boys actually pulled off a victory in the playoffs, beating a really tough Titans team. We got another tough one, which is going to be tough for me because of my prediction for the Super Bowl. But I guess I got to wait a better half of this one. But we never get to that one yet. But like I said, overall, it was a good weekend. We had good games, and I hope that trend continues on. I mean, NFL players are usually one of the best. It's probably one of the best playoff systems out there. It's literally all it is win or go home.
Yeah, it has that urgency. That's what really drives it.
There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow could mean you are watching the rest of everybody else play. So
yeah.
So going into watching the rest of everybody else play, our first game is the Los Angeles Rams versus the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Codas Field. So that's our first game of the weekend on Saturday. Currently, the Packers are a 6.5 favorite. They are a minus 330 in terms of the money line. The Rams are a plus 265. So how do you see this one going? Rams knocked out Seattle last week. Do you think they knock out the Packers? Ben, what say you?
Well, my pick for the Super Bowl was the Packers. So the Rams were playing hurt. Last game, they barely squeaked by that one. I feel they got lucky because Wolf went down with the neck injury and Goff wasn't even scheduled to play. But much props to him. He pulled it together. They got the win. but then what's his name? Aaron Darnold got hurt, right? So I don't know. The defense is shaky. If they can't get pressure to Rodgers, I see them struggling. So and if Goff is in fact still struggling with the hand, they might not be able to put up the points to keep up. So I like Green Bay.
Luke.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing with the Rams, man. So someone shuts down that defense. Playoff teams can come to play, and Sean McVay is one of the more savvier coaches in the league. This is a tale of two young coaches going at it, with Sean McVay and the other guy. What's his name? Keep forgetting his name from Green Bay.
What are you talking about?
Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur.
Yeah. So yeah, Matt LaFleur. So I mean, so
Goddamn
someone
hockey
shuts
name.
down. I don't think anybody on Green Bay's defense can hold Aaron Donald for 4 quarters. Until someone shuts up that defense. Don't be surprised if that defense gets picks off Aaron for a pick 6 and takes it the other way. So I'm going with LA on this one, even in the cold weather.
I actually like that pick, and I think Green Bay is very vulnerable. They are essentially a one-trick pony. You do know who he's throwing to. You only have but so many options. Tunyon has come on late as their other go-to, but the only thing that gives me worry about LA is the quarterback situation, because Goff, even though he's starting, he still is he's like when he played last week, that was only 2 weeks or 12 days since the surgery on his hand, and he didn't look so good coming, and I wouldn't expect him to look that good, because that's why you had Wolford starting the game for him, because the man's coming up for injury in the surgery. So I mean, the kid has guts. The kid definitely has guts, for playing through that. I'm pretty sure that was very painful for him to go through. And I also think he'll have the rest of the offseason to rehab it, because I'm going to go with Green Bay on this one. So, LA's defense is crazy, and like getting Jalen Ramsey, from that trade from, I think it was Marcus Peters and so forth.
Yeah.
That was a great trade for them. Their defense has looked really good. Aside from that one DK Metcalf touchdown, they shut down Russell Wilson last week. I think they definitely can give Aaron Rodgers trouble, the other Aaron of the game. But even though he's a bad man and he's prone to bad mistakes, as shown against the Colts game when it was Green Bay versus the Colts, forgot what that was, but I think Green Bay at home, and I don't know the weather, but I know it's gonna be brick ass cold though. I just think Goff's hand problem isn't gonna be any better in that kind of weather. So I'm gonna pick Green Bay on this one.
Can we talk about how hurt Wolf looked getting into the ambulance?
Yeah,
bro,
man,
bro, like that was painful to watch.
but they also showed Goff's thumb. Compared to the other one. Oh my lord, it was swollen. It looked like he had a fake thumb on.
We got some breaking news as we record this.
Uh-oh.
Affecting our CEO.
Uh-oh.
Robert Saleh?
He's going to the Jets.
The Jets.
Oh, Robert Saleh to this is exclusive. If anybody who didn't watch ESPN all day, Robert Saleh.
We broke it first.
Lou pulling up the Shefty bomb.
Yes. Just in.
So that's actually a good look for the Jets. But we'll see what they do in terms of their situation, because they had a pretty messed up culture going on and system.
They didn't have a culture.
Yeah, well, that's one issue right there too. We'll see what happens with the Jets. But Robert Sala's a damn good coach. And at least, if anything, we know that defense is going to be
Gonna come to play.
Yeah, we know that. We know that defense is definitely going to come to play. But that's kind of like how Todd Bowles was. Like Todd Bowles is a defense person, and the Jets defense is pretty okay. The offense will suck. That's always
right.
It is right now. Speaking of the Jets, we're going to speak about a team that is in their division, the Bills versus the Ravens. Of course, the Bills are at home. That makes two straight home games for them with fans. This is something that we haven't seen in Buffalo all season. So, Buffalo's
I don't think they're the right fans to have in the stands, but that's another debate.
I guess that's a good one. But it's the Bills are a 2.5-point favorite. It's really tightly contested in terms of the money line. Bills are a negative 142. The Ravens are plus 120. So I think Vegas is feeling really uncertain about this one. And I would too if I was them. Lou, how do you feel about it?
As much as I want to say Buffalo, I'm going with the Ravens on this. I really haven't picked them all year. I've been against them the whole year, and they proved me wrong. I think I'm going to go with them here because I think Lamar Jackson got that monkey off his back. I think he's itching for a rematch with Pat Mahomes. So he has to do his part to get in there. So I think he takes care of business, and I hope this game is a shootout. I really do. These are one of the two more entertaining quarterbacks we got in the league. You got Josh Allen, who's a sit back, a pocket, let his arm do all the talking, and then you got Lamar Jackson, who is the new 2020 Michael Vick when he gets off in the open field. So I'm excited for this one. I think this is probably the game of the week for me, and I'm going with the Ravens.
Ben?
Yeah. Well, my take on this one, because I picked another team there. I like the Bills too, though. Actually, I still feel confident with the Bills in this pick, although the Ravens are playing excellent football. Allen is just playing really well right now. He can do it all right now. He can run the ball, throw it. I mean, he's basically their running attack, and I believe the running back got hurt too. So. That the only concern would be if Lamar and the Ravens get a lead and they start to eat up the clock because they can't run the ball and keep Allen off the field. That would be the way to victory for the Ravens. But if the Bills can score quickly, as they can, I think it would be a high scoring game. I would like to see a high scoring game, and I see the Bills winning. I say by a field goal, but I see the Bills winning.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Did I not see this one coming? As Ravens are my team, but I did pick Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl. Oh boy. I picked Buffalo to win the Super Bowl. This was
What say you? What say you?
I mean, can I forego my picks right now?
Absolutely not.
So the Ravens are a blitzing team, and I don't think we're going to change our identity like that. We'll mix schemes, but we're definitely a blitz heavy team. And Josh Allen I think he's had 19 touchdowns against the blitz. I think that is the best in the league when it comes to being blitzed and touchdown ratio. So the weather is going to be cold, and I think they're calling for snow. So it's going to be a run game, and that's where Baltimore's efficiency is in the run game.
Come on, spit it out.
Can we stop? Can we stop Stephon Diggs? 14. Can we stop 14? I'm going to stick with my Super Bowl pick against the judgment. I just hope Baltimore proves me absolutely wrong on my pick.
No, I need my picks to work.
I'm trying to make money over here. You know, and I'm trying to let the people know that I'm for the people. Even if it's against my better judgment. I would never like to pick against my team, but I already made my selection before, and I'm not going to waver from it. I do hope I have to make a new pick eventually, and that is Baltimore. But Baltimore is playing great, lights out lately. Lamar did get the monkey off his back, getting through Tennessee, especially against Tennessee. That made it bittersweet because they knocked them out previously. But Buffalo, you know, I think where Baltimore will, if they're going to win this game, it will have to be through the run game, especially in bad weather. But Josh Allen's a bad boy too, man, and he's been throwing lights out lately. So I just got to go with Buffalo on this one. Maybe they do squeak it out by a field goal. It's going to be tightly contested though. It's not going to be a blowout by any means. I definitely don't see that. The two really good coach teams. Speaking of teams that are good that are coached or a coach, the Cleveland Browns, without their coach last week, straight dominated, smacking
Straight cheddar.
Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive.
Kicked the shit out of Pittsburgh. I was out in the first quarter alone.
Yeah,
They beat them down.
That's the first 5 minutes.
It was 28 zip before you knew it.
Yeah.
But they have a tough task this week against Kansas City. They are a 10-point. Kansas City is a 10-point favorite. KC is, of course, the biggest favorite of the weekend and minus 490. Cleveland is a plus 380. So you can make some pretty good money if Cleveland does win this one. I think Casey's going to win this game. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns win. And the reason why Juju gave the Browns bulletin board material last week, and Sammy Watkins this week, or somebody on the Chiefs team says something about the Browns also, which is they're not even going to give us a contest. So,
wow, I didn't hear that one.
yeah, I think it was Sammy Watkins who said that. He gave bulletin board material to the Browns, and if the Browns are who they are right now, like in the words of Danny Green, they are who we thought they are. They are a really good coach team. They showed it.
From a couch.
They
Coach
could.
from a couch.
They could. It's very possible. It's very possible to upset the king. And right now, Mahomes is the king. He is the reigning Super Bowl champ. So but I still see KC winning this one. They're just that good. Even though Arrowhead is not full like it used to be lately, I still think KC's going to win. I just don't think it's going to be a blowout, though. Ben?
Yeah, I actually like the upset on this one. I'm actually going to pick the Browns on this one. I feel like they can pull the upset. This would be my bet of the week. Actually, I would, the line is just crazy. 10 points. The Browns are going to cover. The Chiefs have not blown out anybody in the last, I think, 6 games they've had. So that would be the bet for me. But I just straight up, I think the Cleveland can win. I mean, they have an excellent running game. It's not like the Chiefs have an excellent defense. They're a very situational defense. So if they keep Mahomes off the field, which they can do, they have the backs for it. All Baker has to do is manage the game, make some clean throws. I can see them pulling this upset. I mean, I would not be surprised. Remember, KC hasn't blown out anybody, even lesser competition. So it's a little bit concerning. And now they haven't played for 3 weeks. So I feel like they might come out rusty. I don't know. I don't feel confident with the Chiefs right now. So I'll take the Browns.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to lose. And when somebody has nothing to lose, that's the scariest team in the world to face. They weren't even supposed to be there. Everyone had them sitting home, eating tacos and chilling on the sofa. I'm gonna go with the Browns on this too. I know the line is crazy, like Ben said, but I think when you put pressure on a team or you put lack of pressure on a team, they go into this game with no pressure. It's literally they can put it all out in the field and try to get this W. Plus, this is the year of COVID, so this is the first team coming off a bye, the only team off a bye. I don't know. I think that messes with your psyche a little bit, knowing that you had a week off to rest and prepare. You might not come out with the same punch, and then with a team like the Browns that can just punch you in the mouth really, really quick, as we saw from last week's game. I'm taking them to get the upset on this one.
I like it. And now we have the senior citizen, the Geritol Bowl, part 3.
The Ben Gay Bowl.
The Ben Gay Bowl, part 3.
My goodness.
We have 90-year-old Tom Brady versus 102-year-old Drew Brees. The Saints are the favorite. They are -3 in terms of the spread, 168 for the money line. Tampa is a +142 for the money line. It's funny because the Saints just played, against the Bears, and on Nickelodeon, it was the team from Bikini Bay. So and now you have the team from Tampa Bay, who was also a pirate-looking ship too. So, I think it might be some good mojo for New Orleans. But before I give mine, Lou, what you thinking on this one?
I don't know. Again, like I said last week, whenever New Orleans plays, like my stomach hurts. I'm just waiting for something to bad happen and something bad to happen. And now you throw Tom Brady into that mix, who is like the king of bad shit happening. This is real tough for me. I can see them going blow for blow. And it's a year of COVID, so some crazy shit might happen in this game. We might lose power. Anything's possible when Tom Brady's on the field. I'm gonna go with Tampa, squeaking it out, last second win, sending New Orleans home again.
And Ben?
Yeah, this one's also tough for me. It's very 50-50. I really don't have much of a breakdown either way. They are who they are. We know what they are. Tampa's playing a little bit better. They're spreading the ball a little bit better now, coming off the bye and putting Antonio Brown a little bit in the game a little bit more. But I think it's going to come down to the last possession, and it's probably going to end up in Tampa. So I'm leaning towards Tampa on this one.
And I was actually going to go with Tampa, and then I remembered something. How the hell did Heineken, whatever his name was, Hanky Panky, whatever his name, he gave that team fits, and he's not even near the quarterback Drew Brees.
Yeah, but you have to think about that one. It's just that the element of surprise. They don't have no tape on the dude. He's coming right in, so I'll give him that. So if you can fall a little bit.
4 quarters Swiss cheese. We should have figured that shit out halftime.
Well, at least a half, yes, but can't win them all.
Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara is in there. Kamara, the Bears have a good defense, and Kamara ran straight through him. Khalil Mack was rendered obsolete. They ran through a really good defense. The Bears' problem is their offense, their quarterback situation, and their wide receiver. Because how the hell Rayvon Williams, that if anybody who watched that game, that flea flicker, that was a touchdown, easy as hell, and he just flat dropped it after he just made a spectacular catch the play before. Like you blow the next one, and they never. That's what killed their momentum. They never got it back. The Bears, I'm not saying they would have won, but for all those that were betting on the spread, like there's one guy who was crying like hell because they didn't go for 2, to try to cover the spread or on that. Like that killed any Bears momentum for even trying to win the game, let alone making that shit close. but you have a better offense when it comes to New Orleans. I I really just think Drew Brees he ain't gonna win the Super Bowl, but at the same time, I think he might get to the NFC title game. Um, it's going to be a tough one, but it's. I think New Orleans has beat Tampa Bay 2 times this year already. It's going to be hella tough to beat them on a third time, especially Tom Brady. This is like you can see all this shit. Like ever since that loss, I think Tampa Bay has had the best offense in the league since. Only problem is the Saints defense has had one of the better defenses since that time also. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a classic battle. It's definitely gonna be a last second thing. New Orleans is prone to getting beat last second. And Tom Brady is the best person to get you last seconds.
Right.
But I just think somehow, some way, New Orleans holds on, and finds the way to fighting against Green Bay or LA. So that's our 4. That's all we got for you this week. Robert Saleh to the Jets. That's a dope move. The Lions also hired a GM, a black guy. He used to be the scouting
For the
Rams, I believe.
For the Rams, yeah, and that's the first person. I believe the Lions had to send 2 picks to sign him.
That's
The new rule. So if you pluck somebody from another organization who was on the contract, you got to send 2 second-round picks, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But not from the draft, from the supplemental draft.
Oh,
so,
I was about to say.
yeah. From the
I gotta get the man his props and his name. Brad Holmes is his name. He's the Lions' new GM. Hopefully he turns things around out in Detroit. I don't think they're gonna find a new Barry Sanders anytime soon, but hopefully find something. You still have jobs out there open. Chargers comes to mind, and there's another
Philly now.
Urban Meyer went to Jacksonville, so that job is sold up. I'm feeling really uneasy about that one. I think kind of like how Houston just said, screw the whole Rooney Rule. We're just going to hire who we're going to hire, not even take any kind of stock into anything. I think Jacksonville could have did a little bit more, looking, but whatever. They got their guy. I can't. Who am I to talk about? If you want somebody, you're going to get them. So Urban Meyer's only problem is, and as everybody else has alluded to in terms of sports personalities, is he going to stick around? Because when the going gets tough, he bounces.
Right. The scary get going.
Only reason why he's not even in college anymore is because of that whole Ohio State domestic violence stuff, and he was hiding it. So he just said, "Hey, I'm out." So it's like it. But now you're in a pro game. Let's see if he's going to be Pete Carroll or is he going to be Nick Saban? So
yeah. Let's keep an eye on the Deshaun Watson to Miami rumors. If Miami does pull that trigger, first team in history, black quarterback, black coach, black GM. So keep your eye on that one.
You got a Samoan. He kind of black.
I don't know, but that trade would be too lopsided towards Miami. I don't see that one happening unless they put some picks in there.
Texas is in a rebuild. I don't think Deshaun wants to be any part of a rebuild.
It's not just that. I believe there's a bigger problem. It was just with the way somebody came up in the organization. The guy has some weird views from what I've read. So I think that guy makes the whole building uncomfortable, and I think that's the one that was mentioned. That wasn't Easter Bay or whatever it is. Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, that is us for this week.
Can we talk about them bum ass Nets? No.
We can talk about them after that too. Okay.
It's a good trade, but it's a good trade at the moment.
If you're trying to win now, I see it. But
yeah. For win now, I get it. But
it's a win now move.
I think back to that Nets team from 2 years ago, man. That was the blueprint, like that made Brooklyn attractive to Kyrie.
Yeah,
and KD.
D'Angelo.
Ain't none of them there.
All person there left is Joe Harris
and Dinwiddie, but
Dinwiddie.
Yeah. But that's just crazy. I think it's just crazy.
It's
young God is here.
It's crazy how 5 years changed. It's crazy how 5 years changed though. Like I'll admit that. That's like, I've been through 12 and 70, so this is crazy.
I don't know, but to me, I think they just gave up too many picks.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think they gave up a lot, but you know, it's kind of like a Thanos shit. What did it cost you? Everything.
Yeah, this is. But see, now that
you need to do that, yo. You need to get Sean Mark's face.
But that just brings extra pressure. I don't know.
Everything is like, look, man. Like we still got to compete against the East. We still got to compete against the West. So it ain't over yet. And we still down 3 roster spots. So it is what.
That's a lot. Yeah. But there's a lot of good players out there.
I think they're waiting for the buyout market and see who comes on the buyout. Yeah. But
I mean, even right now, there's good players sitting there. You got Crawford sitting out there.
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't he signing somewhere?
Nah.
He last played for us in the bubble, but he barely played because
I thought I saw something he was signing. I think, but not NBA. I think G League, right?
But Crawford put it out there like he should take players that are not in the league right now.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, put them in a standby bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Have teams
might be ready.
Yeah, like you need players. You need 8. Pick up Crawford.
Right.
Like who got next?
Right, you got like a big
have a free agent pool.
Free agent pool, yeah.
Yeah, free agent pool.
That makes sense.
No, it does, especially for now, yeah.
Especially for now.
Yeah.
Also, James Harden went to Brooklyn. We have less than a minute, guys. So we have like 30 seconds left. So
I don't like it.
James Harden went to Brooklyn.
And not even as a Knicks fan, just as a fan of NBA, real quick before our time cuts out. It sets a precedent that these players can pick and choose where they want to go and leave these organizations in waste after they're done in 2 years. I'm like, well, I tried, it didn't happen. We're seeing that right now with Kyrie, who we don't know why he's out. I'm not gonna speculate, but like